This is Ricco here for iBoxingHub with Ishmael Davis, Super Welterweight, and well, a lot of people are excited about you, especially considering the victories you've had and whatnot. But I'm not going to monologue. How are you, Ishmael?
I'm good, thank you. I'm all right, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. I'm really good. How are you? You're in camp. I know that you're fighting next month. I mean, how's in sort of health and just daily life? How are you?
I'm good. I'm just a bit tired. Just training hard every day. Training hard, trying to rest good, be around good people and enjoying the journey, man. Enjoying the journey.
You look like you're enjoying the journey. I always know when a boxer just comes in kind of smiling. They really do love what they do. Sometimes you get people that are just like, "Oh my god, man, when is
Yeah.
it?" But
Yeah.
we're obviously going to go into your career and stuff like that. But just to kind of know sort of the real you, as it were. Um, where did it all kind of start in terms of boxing, and what led you on this journey that you're enjoying so much?
I just love fighting in it. Like when I was a kid, I used to just fight loads. Long story short, I used to just fight loads when I was a kid. Always be in trouble, excited. So my brother took me to the gym, and then ever since then, I've just always loved boxing. So no matter what I've done in life, it's always led me back to the gym. And then, I went down the wrong path a bit, and then just decided, listen, I'm just gonna focus on boxing, and now I'm here.
Well, before obviously you were going on that jet. Well, first, whereabouts are you from? I mean, if you don't mind me asking, where does your family sort of originate like that? I'm actually from Zimbabwe, believe it or not.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
My family are Jamaican and Saint Kitts. So
Okay.
yeah, my dad's side
Caribbean.
Jamaica, Caribbean. Yeah, my dad's side Jamaica, my mum's side Saint Kitts.
Quite a combo, and then obviously we have a future superweight champion from
Yeah.
that union.
Yeah.
Well, were there any boxers that kind of inspired you? Because obviously your cousin took you away, similar to obviously Anthony Joshua, I would say, in terms of how he came up. I think that he wanted to just be a bodybuilder. His cousin, said, "Come hit the pads," and while he was good at hitting people. Uh, were there any sort of boxers that inspired you, or that kind of look back at and think, yeah?
Well, my uncle is called Tom Collins. He was British European, and he challenged for a world title. I think might have challenged twice. Did he challenge twice? Well, he challenged anyway. I don't know how many times, but yeah. So when I was younger, I always used to hear about him. Everyone used to be like, "Oh, you Tom's nephew," and da, da, da. So he was kind of like my first inspiration. Obviously, I used to watch Mike Tyson when I was a kid, like my mum and Prince Nazim as well when I was a kid, proper young. And the guy who really inspired me was Floyd Mayweather. Because when I was coming up, that when I was like of age to understand what's going on, he was like the main man. Do you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
he kind of inspired me. His lifestyle, and you know, um, how hard he trained and
He's
how
like a walking rap video, isn't
yeah,
it?
crazy. And then he's still doing madness now. It's crazy, man. Yeah, it's good.
Well, I mean, in terms of obviously Floyd Mayweather, it was the flash, and I think a lot of well, what attracted sort of myself to Floyd Mayweather was he just wouldn't lose, man. And there was a kind of thing where people just wanted to see him lose, and he was like, "I'm just gonna get bread off of this, like just
Yeah.
forever." Obviously going into your boxing career, that was a really great win that you had over Troy Williamson. You're fighting in Manchester at the Co-op Arena against Wisma Lima. Oh my God, I always butcher the names, bro. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But we're IBF Intercontinental Super Welterweight Championship on the line. The ranking goes up. Um, you looking forward to the fight? I mean, what's the thoughts around it so far?
I'm looking forward to the challenge, innit? Challenge, it's another fit, good opponent to see, just to test my skills, man, see how good I am and show everyone how good I am. So, you know, progression is what drives me, and that's part of my progression, and it's part of the journey. So just got to get there and get through it. do the business.
And what do you see sort of like after? I know it's like it's bad to ask, people, especially fighters, because they, some people do, some people don't. But you're obviously going to look ahead at this man, albeit confidence or what have you. But there has sort of been another fight in terms of Jade Boston. I believe the board have called for the English title to be on the line. I believe purse bids are around. Well, I say around the corner, but I'm not too sure what's been going on with that situation. Um, what's sort of been happening with that?
I don't know, man. I'm just here saying yes. That's all I'm here doing. I'm here saying yes to any fight. I don't know what's going on with his team, but what I will say is you might see that fight down the line, man. I don't pull out of no fights, and I never will pull out of any fights. I don't put no one down, so I don't know if it's his team or if he's young in it. I'm 29, he's 21, he's got time. But I'm thinking we might see that fight, man. I'm looking forward to it. I know I win the fight. He thinks he wins, But we're cool, man. We're cool. Me and Janae are cool. We follow each other on Instagram. We've been away on Sonny's camp. We talk. Like, when we heard about it, we rang each other. Like, there's no snakiness or he's saying this or that. We both actually said, yo, if we knew it was going to happen anyway because we've been sparring loads. So
yeah, I mean, you're under the
knew.
same stable. I mean, within Matchroom anyway, so it's kind of like it would be very weird if it didn't happen. Personally,
Yeah, it's a good fight, man. We'll see. I don't know what happened, but all I know is that Wisma Lima is in front of me, and I'm ready to take his head off.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions on just a couple of fights. Obviously, coming back, we are as boxing nerds. It's I don't know. It's like a Comic-Con convention for anime nerds. We have Canelo fighting this weekend against the Ecuadorian monster that is Banga. Obviously, Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois the following week on the 21st. I mean, incredible stuff. Just obviously in regards to sort of the Canelo Banga fight, I really want your honest thoughts on it, mate, because a lot of people are discrediting the fight, discrediting Banga. Obviously Banga being with Matchroom, I happen to be quite a fan of Banga. And there's this common thesis that Canelo, he sort of wants to just play golf. He wants his way out of the sport. And Banga might be that guy to do it. And that's what the streets are saying.
He can't overlook Banga. He's a strong, young, fresh guy. I think it's a good fight, me. I think it's a good fight, but I do feel like Canelo, the experience, just how calm he is, his boxing, obviously. It's a tough ask for Banga. I don't think he's ever fought anyone on the level or experience as Canelo. Canelo's had I don't even know how many fights, but I know
over 40 professional fights.
Yeah,
and he's only 34.
Yeah, he's in his prime, so it's going to be a good fight. I'm always for the underdog as well, but Canelo's one of my favorite boxers, so I believe Canelo's going to win, but it's boxing, isn't it? And everyone wants to see a new guy come through, and hats off to Canelo for giving Mungai and him
an opportunity,
because that's what Floyd Mayweather gave Canelo when he was young, and it puts him on just career-wise as well, like gives him a good payday, helps the family, helps the life out, and it's a good night of boxing. So I look forward to seeing it, man.
I do as well. The only annoying thing, obviously, we'll have to wake up like we always do at 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Great stuff. But I have to obviously ask you, bro, about the main one, Anthony Joshua versus Dynamite Dubois. Now, let me kind of take you through this one, Ishmael. Daniel, there was an unfortunate situation, I believe, that happened with him and Usyk. Like some people believe this, some people believe that. But after that, he has come leaps and bounds. I just want to kind of ask you sort of about this new Daniel Dubois that we're seeing right now.
Listen, a lot of guys, after the Usyk thing, because I know what you're going about, yeah, that was a body shot. And
thank you. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that was a body shot, and he hurt him. And a lot of people after that fight would have just went on socials talking a lot of rubbish, would have been on interviews talking a lot of rubbish, would have affected, they would have put a lot of energy into that and it would have affected the career. He's not really done that. He's just kept working and he's like, all right, cool. And he's kept working and it shows the mindset, the energy that he puts out and he's receiving. Do you know what I mean? So hats off to Dubois. In terms of the fight, I feel like AJ should beat him, but Dubois, like we say, the improvement and the progression that he's showing, it's a really good fight. And if AJ is not on ball, he's gonna get knocked out because he's a big puncher as well, Dubois, and he's a strong and he's young as well. He's only 26, isn't he? So
I'd like to read you something, actually. I'd say it's a slight. I think this might be the last thing. Don't worry. A bit of breaking news that we have. Just obviously in regards to the fight. Now, one Anthony Fowler. This actually broke on Talksport right now with my my brother George Glinsky. Shout out to him. He got a quote directly from Anthony and sets the record straight and said, "I witnessed Daniel Dubois badly hurting Anthony Joshua in a famous sparring session. AJ had jelly legs and would have been KO'd in a real fight." Classic Anthony Fowler. What do you, just hearing that from somebody who says obviously that they were there in that spar, does that change your mind in terms of the victor and the loser?
No, because as we all know, sparring, and you can get caught because you're a bit more reckless in sparring, and you've got to be able to perform like that in front of foul, and it's 90,000 people. When Dubois walks out there, it's a different thing than walking in a gym with your trainer and there's 3 people in there and you're gonna go mash each other up for all that time. So it's a total different thing. So AJ's been there, he's done it, and his mindset right now is serious because, like I said this before, he could retire and live the rest of his life very comfy, but he still works hard and chooses to wake up every day and put the grind in to entertain the fans. So that says a lot about his mindset. And he's been through the dark times and he's come through it and he's winning again. So listen, this clash is good. It's what we need.
It's serious, isn't it? It's serious.
It's what we need. It's really what we need. So yeah, anyone that wins, hats off to him. But yeah, I'm with AJ.
Thank you so much, Ishmael. It's been my first interview, I think, in a couple of months, but it started off with a banger. Thank you so much for your time, and I'd like to thank Matchroom obviously as well for also making this happen. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And is there any last words, just for the fans and what we expect against the Mr. Lima?
Be ready, man.
Thank you so much, Ishmael Davis, super welterweight contender. Oh yeah. Did you have anything for the fans or?
Just lock in, man. Lock in. Well, tune in. Sorry, tune in. 26th of October, Manchester Co-op Live Arena. You know we're gonna do this, man. It's gonna be sick.
Ishmael Davis, the strong, silent type. Okay. Have a really good one, guys, and thank you so much again, my brother, for this interview. Have an incredible day.